Good afternoon, everybody. It's been over 5 months since the Assembly's been in session, and for the last 5 months, we've been on a leave of absence. Today, we returned to the People's House without addressing most of their main concerns and those of the municipalities. We'll vote today on urging the federal government to reduce the stink bug population. I mean, you know, with all the critical things that are important here in the state of New Jersey, I mean, it may be an issue to some people, quite obviously, but at the same time, I would think civil service would be an issue that certainly affects the general public, as well as unused sick and vacation time for public employees, which remains to be unresolved. We find time in committees to vote on bills that would name highways after sitting legislators in Congress, but we don't have time to really tackle the real main issues such as civil service. These are the kinds of issues that would give the public some benefit. With over a month left to go in this legislative service, session, it looks like they're not going to really get the help they really need, and we're very concerned about that. Senate President Sweeney recently said voters want us to avoid partisan gridlock that is paralyzing Washington and focus on the issues that matter to them. And I agree with the senator. So I'm asking the senator to take the lead and go forward with resolving these issues that are important to municipalities and each one of our taxpayers in all of our municipalities. We're here to say today that it's time for policy to trump politics. In this last month of the legislative session, we still have important business to conduct, and I call upon the Speaker to work with us in order to finish the important work we were sent here to do before the clock runs out in this session. So thank you very much. I'd like to turn it over to John Brannick.
Thank you, Leader, and good afternoon. We've had some significant momentum in New Jersey. Governor Christie came into office 2 years ago and began to change the discussion. Now, 2 years, with 2 years to go in the administration's term, we need to continue that momentum. We've seen what's happened in Washington. We've seen what's happened in Europe. We've seen stalemates at the federal government. New Jersey needs to move forward. How do we do that? We need today to put on the agenda for discussion education reform. We need on the discussion today the tool kit items that the governor is pushing for. The crisis in New Jersey continues, and we can't take a break. I criticize the Democrats today for not putting on the agenda those important issues. Today is the day we can discuss those issues and vote on those issues. All we've received are bills that are not the type of bills that are going to move this state forward. It is my pleasure now to introduce the whip, Dave Rodney.
Thank you, Leader. You know, people in the state are suffering so bad right now, and they're looking for courage and leadership coming out of Trenton. And by having an agenda that we have today is not showing any courage or leadership. It's just showing that we're just trying to waste the people's time here as we go through this lame duck session. So I am urging the Democrats as well to step up with an agenda. Give us an agenda before the session even ends that we can actually bring some confidence back to the people. We have a governor right now who's actively pursuing other companies to get them to come to New Jersey. He's creating a great business climate. Now what we need to do is change some legislation that's going to want businesses to come back here and stay to support his agenda and support what we're trying to do for business. And again, we're just trying to instill some confidence. We're not doing it with an agenda that we have on the Assembly floor today. Thank you.
In order to highlight some of our agenda items, we brought some of our newest members